Hi, and welcome to David and Lisa's Retirement Adventure. Well, I can't wait for y'all to hear this one. Let's be honest. We retired 5 years ago, moved to Costa Rica. Now, what's next? This is us just being in a candid conversation between us and you. Hello, and welcome to Lisa
You
and
don't have to say
David's.
that. We're just talking about
Hello,
it.
and welcome to Lisa and David's Retirement Adventure.
Yeah,
No title.
yeah. We're just wanting to talk about, actually have a conversation in front of you guys about us videotaping YouTube and our thought process on it. We were going to start this, I think, 4 years ago. And
Right when we started making our way
yeah,
down here, no, it was 2000, well, whenever. It's
yeah,
been a long time.
maybe even before we moved down here, we traveled the country for 5 years just checking it out. And we have a bunch of information, diaries and logs on our travels and places that we went and people we met. And
Our tears and fears.
yeah, we addressed a lot of stuff in those first 5 years of coming down here before we moved here. And so when we finally started videotaping, and I'm not the guy that wants to get in front of a camera and talk about anything. I'm a private guy. I don't think anybody needs to know my business. But
Guess what?
yeah, so she talked me into it, and I thought, you know what? And the more I've done it, the better I feel about it. Right? I can be more candid, and that's my whole process. I think I said from the beginning. If we're going to do this thing, we need to be candid about it. And so I was fearful. Sometimes I still am, but at the same time, whatever. It's going to help some other people.
Well, we wanted to leave information that we were frustrated and that we had a hard time with, and we would love to have had more detailed information on real life experiences. I think that's it, because there's so much information out there, but very few real life experiences. Like upper and lower GI that we're going to cover, medical experiences, car problems, house problems,
The people, and the environment, houses you buy or rent. What areas do you live in? What biosphere do you select for yourself?
there was so much information that we were looking for. It was just like we just did a video on BMI insurance, private insurance here in Costa Rica, and our experience with preventative health care for our yearly health care. That was a shit show. And we're still figuring that out, but we did make it through that experience, and we'll link that video of our experience.
We did have a chance in between pre-approvals to go down to Panama.
Right?
And so, and we're going to start looking at Panama just because it offers a lot as far as finances, infrastructure, healthcare,
Bicycle trails.
bicycle trails. I mean, it's a different climate down there.
Well, and when we moved here, we really wanted to be out in the country. It's breathtaking views, a little slice of heaven, and we'll never get that. We will never get this view there. But we've decided what's more important. I want to ride back to market. I'm sure y'all heard that. I want to ride back to market. We want to market. I'm sure y'all heard that. I want to ride back to market. We want to market.
Like I want to walk. We want to travel without having to get in a car.
Right. We want to take Bella out in the morning. I want to live somewhere flat. Like when we were in Panama, the house was located in a great location there in El Valle. And we walked out. We walked a mile to the grocery store. We got groceries. We walked a mile back to the house.
Stopped on the way, maybe had a margarita.
Oh, some of the best like if you order a margarita, it's 20 or 30 minutes because they are squeezing limes. No, nothing's pre-made.
Yeah.
I had a strawberry margarita, and it was made out of fresh strawberries. And the thing about it is, I think most people still, when I order a skinny margarita, they use a little filler here.
Yeah, something sweet in it.
Not there.
Mm-hmm.
It's fruit and tequila.
Yeah, it's organic, and yeah, like $5 for a margarita.
$5. Oh, but then guess what? We got back here into San Jose at the Aloft Marriott.
$30 a piece. And they weren't half as good as the ones we were getting down in Panama.
Like, I looked at that and could not believe it. It was made with
I'm not gonna
fillers.
I'm not going to get drunk in those margaritas,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
It was made with fillers. And we asked for a double shot of tequila, $15 a piece for the double shot. So it was $60 for 2 margaritas. And down there, you know, we had been walking, so we were walking, so we weren't drinking as much. So, like, I had 1 strawberry, you had a couple, and we sit there. Yeah, you had regular margarita, and we sit there for what, an hour and a half, and watch people on the street, and watch people on the bike, and we could look up, and we were in
at this cute little hostel.
Yeah.
Nice place.
This amazing hostel. We went into the hostel, and you know, I've never been in hostels, so until you exposed me to them here. But the hostel looked like a little boutique hotel. Like, we walked inside and there's a bar, fresh fruits and vegetables. We walked on back. There's a really nice large kitchen. We kept going
Really
to the
full of pots and pans and all kind of cook here.
we walked onto the back, and this girl was doing yoga off to the right, and it was super quiet, very tranquil. These probably a little bit bigger than a twin bed. Oh, y'all hear the rains coming in? And people were lounging, reading books under these canopies. Beautiful landscape. Dorm, and then regular individual rooms.
That looked really nice.
But, you know, that's where we had the $5 margaritas.
Yeah. And you know what? It's amazing being YouTubers, right? I guess that's what we are. Are we YouTubers?
Are we YouTubers?
I don't know. But in any case, we do broadcast on YouTube, and
I think we're YouTubers.
whatever. I just like sharing our experiences with people, and I'm sure they have questions and stuff just like we had. And so, you know, when we're talking to you guys, it's just about that.
I like saying maybe share our experience and hope to be helpful to other people that's doing the same thing that we were
Right.
doing. And what I love looking back on, even though we've only been doing this since January, is our disposition. And I love being a little bit more relaxed and honest, because we didn't know what we were doing. We still don't know what we're doing. We're still trying to figure it out, but it's fun. And why
It's part
not?
of the adventure.
Right. And how much fun will it be in 20 years for our kids to look at us when we're saying, oh, David had an upper and lower GI, and I hope it went smooth.
I hope they didn't use the same tube on both ends. But hey, you know, that's what it is, right? We're just out here, a couple people we're trying to give you information, maybe that we could not see on the internet. You never know what it is here, or anywhere else for that matter, without going there and experience it yourself. Everybody has an opinion. They're like assholes. Everybody has one, right? And so it's
We hope so.
I do.
Me too. But we're diving in, and we're using YouTube for Panama, and we look at some of the areas that we really want information on, and it's 6 years ago. So, you know, they say YouTube's overwhelmed with stuff, and there's so much information out there. But instead of watching TV, I think most of us are watching YouTube, or we do. That's just about all we watch is YouTube news, YouTube
Streaming.
Streaming.
We enjoy sharing with you guys, talking about it, spitballing, you know, and trying to be as candid as we can. And we appreciate you coming along for the ride. You know, we're always welcome your comments. Sassy. We always welcome your comments and your opinions as well.
I want some interaction. Is
Yeah.
anybody out there?
Yeah, and really, I started this video here because I just wanted to, you know, talk about it with Lisa and about our experiences doing YouTube videos and our channel and what we expect from each other on it, and what she edits everything. I do the final approvals, but she edits everything, and she puts a lot of work into it. So I'm just here.
It's a good learning curve. It keeps my mind trickling.
It does, and she does a great job of it.
Thanks, honey.
She's learned a lot.
Thanks,
I mean,
honey.
it's always something new that she shares with me about editing or AI or the way you insert pictures.
Every day I want to learn at least one new thing. That's what you do when you're over 60, or your mind rusts up.
Keep moving forward.
I like things in Costa Rica with all this humidity. If you don't keep it lubed, it's going to rust up.
Yeah. I'll turn 65 this year. And
I'm 62.
look at her go. She's not looking 62.
Aging gracefully. Because there's the only alternative is not.
Just do it. Do it. Do something. Get off the couch. Go do something. That's what it helps us do, is get off the couch.
I know this is really silly because we have a great development with thousands of acres that we can walk on every single day.
I get tired of walking on hills all the time.
You know, it's not flat, and I don't know why that holds me back.
Well, there is no destination there, and that I think is the problem where we're located at.
That's true.
Is we don't have a destination. We're not going somewhere. We're going for a walk.
Yeah.
And so by going out your front door and being able to walk somewhere.
Yeah, because you said, "Hey, let's go get groceries."
Yeah.
You didn't call me. I don't know why I did that. You said, "Hey, let's go get groceries. Let's walk down to Ray's." And I'm thinking, "Oh my God!
Let's go get a cup of
Do
coffee.
you know how far that is?" And he said, "Yeah, it's about a mile." I said, "I wonder if I can do that with groceries." But we did it, and then we felt so good about getting out of the house.
We lugged a bunch of steps between our trip to San Jose.
Right,
and airports. All of our journey that way, or at the hospital. We walked a whole bunch in the hospital. You know, we just
had great food in the hospital. Let me tell you one thing about the hospital that I forgot to say in the hospital video. So we were in line, and this was another day. So we actually ate, they had a Subway. So we were standing at Subway, and they treat people older than them with very much respect. So there was this young guy that was in front of us, and he looked back and he said, "Would you like to go in front of me?" And he just stepped back for us to go in front. And you would I'm sorry. I don't think that would ever happen in the States. So pleasant. Such respect. And, you know, he was probably what? And, you know, it was a long line, and it was his lunch hour. He was at work. We're retired. You know, such a different look at things. And I so respect him for doing that.
people here in Costa Rica, we still want to go to David, Boquete, and Balkan.
Yeah, definitely Balkan.
Coronado.
Coronado.
We want to go to Coronado.
Oh, yeah, Coronado.
We've been to Panama City, and that was real interesting. Just flying in and flying out and driving through it. We didn't actually spend any time there, which I'm sure we will.
And we actually got to drive through. Our driver took us through the old part of Panama.
Old Panama City.
And that was such beautiful structures. I mean, that was really nice, but we only drove through it. We didn't get out. But we have that just different experiences. And we drove over the Panama Canal. We flew over the Panama Canal, so that was interesting to see from different views.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got an opportunity to see a lot in a very short period of time because we were only there 7 days, and we have plans to go back. We'll go back for 3 months at a time. Yeah, we're going to go down there and rent a place. Our house is for sale. We're going to try to rent a place down there for 3 months and move around. We're not going to buy anything immediately. We're just going to rent places and see what fits us.
I told David I would like to, for at least 30 days, to rent a place in the high-rise on some of the beautiful areas there to see the skyline. Just for 30 days, because the skyline is really, it's like Miami. I mean, the skyline is really pretty, and the marina.
Absolutely. No, it's, and they have a, what do you call that, like a causeway.
Yeah.
And it has all kind of stuff on it. It's a beautiful
playground,
walkways, long walkways.
Bike trails.
It's right off where you cross the Panama Canal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful. So we want to go in there and travel around. And here, as well as down there are true communities.
They are.
You know, it's like living back in the 70s. You know, people know each other. They talk to each other. You may go to the bank here, and they may have a 15-minute conversation about their family or friends, whatever's going on in their lives. It's all good, and that's why they say put a beat it right. You know, it's pure life.
And it's beautiful here.
Calm down.
It's not that we want to leave here for any reason. It's that we've been here for 5 years and we've been coming here for 10. And it's time to have new adventures. So Costa Rica is incredible. But we're just looking for some new adventures.
We like diversity,
Okay.
and we like to get around and see new things.
Apparently we have a 5-year itch.
We're going to Thailand.
We're going to Thailand. Yeah,
I want to go to Thailand.
I want to be 4 hours or less plane ride from the kids and grandkids.
So, you know, we want to be closer to Panama City, within 2 hours of Panama City. You know, within all the main medical care is in Panama City.
Right.
I mean, most bigger towns have a hospital and have health care, but any major work you're going to need done or whatever you need to be taken care of, you probably go to Panama City for. I don't want to get in a car and drive 6 miles to get anywhere.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to get in a car to go somewhere, I want a destination other than going to town.
And that's not to say that everybody wants that, because we were very content for 5 years. And I think it's starting into our 60s that we realize we're starting to age, and we want to bike, we want to walk, and we find ourselves not doing that here. So I really think it's more the health aspect
sure.
that's getting us to move to a different area where we're not jumping in a car and going. Well, in the States, that's all you do in most places is you jump in the car and go. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go to a gym. I don't want to on a treadmill. I want to jump on my mic and go pick up fruit.
Yeah.
A watermelon. Mm-hmm.
You know, we like to go into town. We like to see people, whether it's Costa Rican people, Panamanians, other expats. We just want to go out and do that without having to get in a car. That availability is freeing. I'm not a city dweller. I am not a city mouse, and I never will be.
But he wants to be in a town.
I grew up in a small town, and I enjoyed it back in the 70s, right? I would like to have some kind of an atmosphere like that, and that's what we're looking for.
It is.
Yeah, so we can be part of a community and be available to that.
Mm-hmm. And like the little local library. I mean, we went in this little local library, and we could investigate in there so much. And some of the places we're looking at has a quilting club, and you know, I love to quilt, but I do it like on a regular sewing machine, and not a major quilter, just a pretend quilter. But this one had those big machines that you go, you know, and you stand up and you quilt with this huge machine.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, I would love that.
And they have hiking clubs where people get to
Pickleball, so.
Whatever. It's just something different. So, getting back to the main gist of this video, distracted a few times. We're new to this whole thing. We just want to share our views with you on certain things. So not to be on task or on subject of something else. We just want to get down those rabbit holes and just talk to you guys about our experiences.
This is what we do sitting in the living room talking. Or we have a day called our office, which is out here on the table. And we bring our computers out here and our calendars, and we talk about it, and we look at places and do things. We wanted to talk about it with you.
Eat lunch, whatever, but we'll sit out here for eight or 9 hours. Mm-hmm. And just take the day, a Saturday. It's a
last story.
Calm down. Let it be.
Put the bloopers in there.
Let it be organic. Thanks for following. Thanks for checking us out. And leave your comments and stuff below. Pura vida from Costa Rica. We're all here because we're not all there.
Ciao.
I like you add, like the way you add, like the way I